And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Game 2 of this 3-game series between the Averett University Cougars and your William Peace Pacers. Beautiful day here in Cary, North Carolina at the National Training Facility for the USA Baseball. Cougars fall short 5-3 last night against the Pacers in a thrilling pitcher's duel early. Michael Stern comes up big with a 2-run shot to push the Pacers to 5-3 victory last night, late in the bottom of the 8th. Ryan Traylor on the mound for the Cougars today, with McKinley Stanberry getting the start for the Pacers. Stanberry, 2-3 on the year, 5.05 ERA. Looking to face some big bats for the Cougars early. And looking to get things started here, Nick Winston, number 12, the center fielder for the Cougars, stepping in the box first. 75 degrees. Few clouds in the sky. Great day for some baseball. Squares to bunt. That one down at third base line, looking to stay fair, and rolls foul. So Winston looking to bunt for a hit there. Almost very well played, but just rolled foul. That ball just inside. Oh, actually, Winston thought he got hit by pitch, but home plate umpire just says a close ball. Actually, that hit off the end of the bat, so quickly, that one swung on, fouled off. Quickly, Stanberry up 0-2 in the count on Winston. O2 count for Winston. Batting .279 on the year. That one swung on. That'll be a base hit to get the Cougars started. Leadoff man on here in the top of the first. That brings up the starting pitcher and the DH for the Cougars. Number 5, Ryan Traylor. Traylor batting .304 on the year. That's second best for the Cougars. 1-4 on the mound. That one hit by pitch, so 2 batters up for the Cougars and 2 batters on base. To bring up the catcher, number 16, Chase McKinney. So a little different start than Friday night's game last night. And McKinney squares up the bunt, pulls back, takes it for a ball. But last night, both teams struggled to find base runners early in the game. But the Cougars here in the top of the first with both of their first batters on base. Squares up the bunt again. Pulls back, takes another ball. So McKinney ahead in the count early, 2-0, with 1 runner already in scoring position. Squares the bunt again. Pulls back once again. Count goes 3-0. Squares the bunt. Pulls back, takes for a strike. Makes count 3-1. Still a hitter's count here for McKinney. Nobody on, 2 out. Lays that one down. Nice bunt down third base line. Pitcher for the Pacers makes the play. So McKinney gets up and lays the bunt down, does the job, moves the runners second and third. Brings up the cleanup man, the right fielder for the Cougars, number 23, Andrew Lancaster. Lancaster batting .213 on the year. Started every game so far for the Cougars. No home runs on the year, only 5 RBIs, but looking at a big hit here to get some more RBIs. That one fouled off back behind the plate. Cougars trying to strike early here. Oh, 1. Swung on to shortstop. And that'll bring a run in for the Cougars early. As Pacers now have 2 down, but still a runner in scoring position. So, RBI for Lancaster. Brings up the third baseman, Sawyer Smith. Didn't get the start last night for the Cougars, but getting the start today on Game 2 of this 3-game series. That one swung on, fouled off his foot. Takes the count 0-2. So the Cougars have struck early here, but Stanberry looking to just get into a groove as he's up 0-2 here with 2 outs, man on second. That one drove into right field. Gonna land foul. That could have been trouble. Would have been a nice piece of hitting there from Sawyer Smith. Down 0-2 in the count, looking to go opposite field. Just couldn't get that one in fair play. Smith steps back into the box. That ball outside for a ball. That one swung on right back to the pitcher who can't make the play. So Smith will be on, make runners at the corners for the Cougars. That one right back up to Stanberry, just ricocheted off his foot. Couldn't keep it in front. So now the shortstop for the Cougars, number 36, Nate Tuck, will step into the box with 2 outs and runners on the corners, looking to extend this lead early. Outside for a ball. Runner goes. A little pump fake down to second, trying to keep an eye on trailer over at third. So nothing really happens, but Cougars have men on second and third. Swung on, drove back up to the middle. That could be 2 runs. Might be a play at the plate. And there is. And he's safe. So the Cougars striking early here take a 3-0 lead here in the top of the first. Big piece of hitting there from Nate Tuck as he adds 2 RBIs to his season totals. That'll bring up the big first baseman, number 28, Tanner Bradshaw. A little 2-out rally here going for the Cougars. First pitch called strike. The runner's going. Throw down to second. Not going to be there in time. It's a stolen base for the shortstop, Nate Tuck, for the Cougars. So now another runner in scoring position. That one swung on. Backhanded play by the shortstop. Throw, scooped, and in time. So the Pacers get out of the inning, but the Cougars strike 3 runs in the top of the first. And the Pacers looking to strike back here in the bottom. And we're back here, headed into the bottom of the first inning. Ryan Traylor on the mound for the Cougars, who came around and scored in the first inning. He started at shortstop yesterday, on the mound today. And Cougars up 3-0 early on the Pacers. Different story than last night, as both teams struggled to get runs on the board early. Traylor's first pitch goes for a ball, a little low and outside. But for the first about 4 innings yesterday, neither team could scratch a run. Matt Tuggle went 8 1/3 yesterday for the Cougars, only allowing 3 runs. That one fouled off. That's Easton Payton, the center fielder for the Pacers. That one a called strike, runs the count even 2-2. That one swung on. Chopper to the shortstop. Routine play made, and 1 up, 1 down for Traylor. Brings up the right fielder, number 14, Gavin Wheeler. Wheeler only batting .125 on the year. This will be his 15th appearance. Takes first pitch for a strike. That one fouled off behind the plate. So Traylor quickly up 0-2 here. And that's something we saw Tuggle getting a groove in last night, just getting ahead on the batters and getting comfortable. That one high for a ball. Like Traylor was trying to get after Wheeler here. Nice breaking ball there, ripped on by Wheeler. Count 1-2 now. That one outside for a ball. Good eye there by Gavin Wheeler. Oh, rings him up. That ball just a bit outside. Gavin Wheeler disagrees with the call, but that's 2 up, 2 down for Traylor on the mound. Some of the Pacer faithful here on this beautiful Saturday also disagree with the call, but in steps number 23, Tyler Tilson. Excuse me, number 15, Nathan Holt at the plate, the center fielder. So Traylor's seen 2 batters. 2 batters has sat down for the Pacers. I guess his first strike of the at-bat there. It's the first time Traylor hadn't been up in the count early. That one swung on, fouled back, so evens the count up at 2-2 with 2 outs. Two-two delivery from Traylor. Swung on and missed. So 3 up, 3 down for the Pacers in the bottom of the first. Averett 3-0. Stanberry back out on the mound for the Pacers. So we head to the top of the second. Zach DiCarlo steps in for the Cougars, the left fielder. Squares up the bunt. That one right back up to the pitcher. And nice play there by Stanberry to get the first out. So 1 pitch and 1 out. Stanberry already up to the mid-20s in pitches after a shaky first inning, but just needs to get in a groove here for the Pacers. Nice off-speed breaking ball there for Stanberry. Gets ahead in the count 0-1. That one swung on, popped up to center field. That play made by the right fielder Gavin Wheeler for the Pacers. That was Martin Nicolay at the plate for the Cougars. So 2 up, 2 down. And that'll bring up the leadoff man for AU, the center fielder, Nick Winston. Winston 1 for 1 on the day. That one blooped up over the first baseman, and he can't hold on. Would have been a swell of a play by the first baseman, Michael Stern, who was the big man last night for the Pacers. Coming up big in the bottom of the 8th with a 2-run shot to take the lead to 5-3, but just couldn't hang on to that one over the railing for the visitor bullpen over there down the first base line. Takes that one for a ball. Evens count 1-1. Breaking ball just inside there. Winston has to duck out of the way for that one. Swung on and missed. Tilson couldn't hold on to it behind the plate. But runs the count even 2-2 with 2 outs. Swung on, blasted into left field. Back goes the left fielder, and that's going to be down. This could be extra bases for Winston, but he stays at second. And a 2-out double for the Cougars. Just when Stanberry looks like he's getting in the groove for the Pacers, Nick Winston adds another hit to his day. So he's 2 for 2 so far. That brings up Ryan Traylor, the pitcher for the Cougars, who was hit by a pitch just an inning ago. But once again, 2 outs, and the Cougars have a man in scoring position. First pitch laid off on, goes for a ball. Just missed, tad bit high. Traylor swinging on the second pitch as he sees. That one fouled off into the Pacers' dugout. So 1-1 count here. That one swung on up the middle. And shortstop makes a play. And that'll be the inning. So Cougars leave one man on, but can't tack on any more runs. So they still cling to the field goal lead 3-0 as we head to the bottom of the second. In steps the DH for the Pacers, number 23, Tyler Tilson. Traylor still on the mound for the Pacers. A strong first inning. First pitch he sees down in the dirt for a ball. That one catches the outside corner, evens the count up 1-1. One delivery. Outside corner again. Trailer with a paint can on the mound, just painting the corners. Gets ahead in the count 1-2. Trying to keep it outside. Tilson holds off to even the count up. That one swung on, chopped down first base line, foul. That one swung on again and fouled down the third base line. So Tilson up there battling with a 2-2 count, trying to get something started here for the Pacers in the bottom of the second inning. Swung on, chopped to the second baseman for the Cougars, and Trailer one batter, one down. It's Nicolay over at second for the Cougars making the play. Now stepping into the box, the third baseman, number 2, Mikey Anderton. Anderton 1 for 4 last night for the Pacers. Been .213 on the year. A 1 pitch. Breaking ball struck into center field. Now be a base hit for the Pacers. So the third baseman, Anderton, sees a off-speed pitch he likes and rips it up the middle for the first base runner of the game for the Pacers. Now to bring up the big man, first baseman, number 19, Michael Stern. Who was last fouled off for the first base dugout. Pacers fell down early, 3-0 last night, and then battled back 3-2, tied the game up 3-3, and then bottom of the 8th, got runners on, and Stern cranked one into left field for a 2-run shot, and Pacers held on for a 5-3 victory. So once again, we see ourselves in the bottom of the second with Averett with a 3-0 lead. But Pacers didn't find their first base runner till the 5th inning last night, so that off-speed pitch just in the dirt takes the count 3-1. Runner takes off, little hit and run action. Backhanded, and the throw is in time to get Stern at first. But Anderton does move on to second. A little hit and run action there for the Pacers. Almost got the job done. But Nate Tuck, the shortstop for the Cougars, made a nice backhanded play, got the throw there in time for the second out of the inning. That'll bring up the catcher, number 7, Ty Galloway for the Pacers. Galloway batting .231 in the year. That one, first pitch swinging. Little foul ball. Oh, 1 delivery. That one just high for Trailer. Runs the count even 1-1. Swung on, blooped over to right field. And Lancaster comes in and makes a play for the Cougars. So the Pacers strand one and still down 3-0 as we head to the top of the third. So Chase McKinney steps into the box for the Cougars, the catcher. And McKinley Stenberry still on the mound, coming into his third inning of work. Gave up 3 hits and 2 earned runs in the first, but seemed to have got back into the groove. That one ripped down the first base line, and Stern there with a nice stick of the ball for out number 1. Going to bring up the right fielder, Andrew Lancaster, for the Cougars. That one drilled into left field. Camped under that is Easton Payton for out number 2. So 2 quick outs for Stanberry. As you like to see that, try to keep that pitch count down after that big first inning. In steps the third baseman number 3, Sawyer Smith, for the Cougars. Smith 0 for 1 on the day. Squares the bunt, brings it back. And that's a called ball. That one swung on, fouled right back behind the plate. Sun's starting to come back out here at USA Baseball National Training Complex, home for the Pacers baseball team in this Game 2, 3-game series. That pitch a called strike. Cougars struck first in the first inning with 3 runs. So the Pacers back in a familiar spot, down 3-0 to the Cougars, just as they were last night. Twos everywhere, 2-2 count and 2 outs. And Smith holds off, runs the count full. That ball just seemed to be a tad outside. Swung on and fouled off, so Smith's still battling up at the plate. That one swung on and drilled into center field. Nathan Holt camped under that one, and a 3 up, 3 down for Stanberry in the top of the third. So now stepping up to the plate for the William Peace Pacers, the second baseman, number 11, Alex Seaton. Trailer still on the mound for the Cougars. Started at shortstop last night. Went 3 for 5. That one first pitch swinging, drilled into center field. And Sun made that a little difficult there for Nick Winston, the Cougar center fielder, but one pitch, one out for Trailer. And first pitch swinging again for Parker Fernstrom, and that one drops. Cougars didn't communicate well there. That one just fell over the shortstop, and the center fielder who just made that play couldn't come in and make it. So base runner on for the Pacers, and that brings up the top of the lineup, left fielder Easton Payton. Payton 0 for 1 on the day. Runner takes off, squares the bunt. Now back to the pitcher. And Payton comes in, gets the job done, moves the runner over to second. But out number 2 for the Cougars. Gavin Wheeler, the right fielder, will step up now with a runner in scoring position. Struck out looking back in the first inning. Wasn't very happy with that call, but I'm sure he knows the home plate umpire's boundaries now, so looking to get a run on the board for the Pacers. Calls for time as Trailer is staring down Fernstrom over at second. That one swung on, popped up to the third baseman. And Sawyer Smith will make that play. So the Pacers, again, strand 1 and are down 3-0 as we head to the top of the first here in Cary, North Carolina. So here in the top of the fourth at Coleman Field, in steps Nate Tuck, the shortstop for the Cougars. Nate Tuck 1 for 1, squares the bunt, and looks down at the first base umpire, and he says no, he did not go. So that one a called ball. And Stanberry back out on the mound for the Pacers. Gets that one outside corner called strike. Struggling in the first, but seems to be in a groove here now. A little off speed, and that'll be through the second and first baseman for a hit. So a nice piece of hitting there for the shortstop for the Cougars. Nate Tuck, as he takes an off-speed pitch, goes opposite field with it, and gets on base. That'll bring up the big first baseman, Tanner Bradshaw, for the Cougars. So leadoff man on for Averett. And Stanberry will go to the stretch. So nobody out for Bradshaw. First pitch swinging. Skyrocketed over to third baseman. He's got room, and he makes the play. Mikey Anderton for the Pacers, making a nice play to get the first out of the inning. In steps Zach DiCarlo, the left fielder. He takes off, and no throwdown will be made. So Nate Tuck gets a stolen base and is in scoring position for DiCarlo at the plate. Swung on and foul. Brings count even at 1-1. Tuck with some speed at so that low for a ball. So DiCarlo up in the count 2-1 here. Looking to be patient. Swung on, drove into left field. Back goes Peyton, and that thing is out of here. So Stanberry leaves one hanging. And Zach DiCarlo, the left fielder for the Cougars, puts that one over the fence. And quickly, the Cougars go up 5-0. So now the second baseman, Martin Nicolay, will come on with only one out and nobody on. A big-time swing there from Zach DiCarlo. Nice all-speed pitch there from Stanberry. Gets ahead in the count. Another pitch outside, 0-2. And gets him swinging. So gives up a home run, and then 3 strikes later, he gets his second out of the inning. Nice little bounce back there for Stanberry. As the leadoff man for the Cougars steps into the box, Nick Winston. Winston 2 for 2 on the day. Had his way with Stanberry so far, but now comes up, nobody on and 2 out. First pitch swinging. Nice little change up there for Stanberry, looking to get into a groove. A 1 delivery. Swung on, drove back up to the middle. So Nick Winston having a day here in Game 2 of this 3-game series. He's 3 for 3 now. So Ryan Traylor, the pitcher, will come up to bat, who was 3 for 5 yesterday in the game and started at shortstop. 0 for 1 today, was hit by a pitch in the first inning. So having a pretty good series so far for the Cougars. And runner takes off. There'll be a throw down to second. Throws there in time, but he beats the tag. So a stolen base for Nick Winston, and he is in scoring position for Traylor at the plate with 2 outs. Stanberry just looking to stop the bleeding as that ball's in the dirt. Runs the count even 1-1. That one swung on and blooped over the second baseman's head. And that'll be another run for the Cougars. So Traylor adding on to his totals this weekend with a RBI there, and the Cougars up early 6-0 here. Some action starting to happen in the Pacers bullpen in the top of the 4th, as 3 more runs have been tacked on to extend the lead to 6-0. That ball in for a strike. Chase McKinney at the plate for the Cougars, the catcher. That one inside for a ball. Traylor just kind of stuck his bat out of that one, but just blooped it over that one, grounded to the third baseman, and eats him up. And Traylor heads to third. So the Cougars will have runners on the corners after Anderton gets eaten up by a ground ball over at third. And Stanberry just trying to calm down and get one more out here in the top of the 4th. Pacers trying to get something going quickly in their bullpen. Hadn't had a mound visit yet. And that one gets by the catcher. So Traylor will come home and score. And McKinney moves to second. So a now touchdown lead for the Cougars here in the top of the 4th. And that will call for a mound visit for the Pacers. So a little recap here. Averett was clinging to a 3-0 lead as we headed into the 4th. And Nate Tuck got on from a base hit. And then the left fielder, Zach DiCarlo, cranked one into left field for a 2-run shot. Extend the lead to 5-0. And then a couple of errors made by the Pacers, and quickly 7-0 here, Averett. So that'll be the day for McKinley Stanberry for the Pacers. And we'll be back after this pitching change. So after the pitching change for the Pacers, they'll bring in number 29, Mitchell Badauer, 3.38 ERA on the year. This will be his 10th appearance, no start, so normally works out of the bullpen for the Pacers. He faces a 1-0 count with 2 outs and a man on second. And Andrew Lancaster at the plate for the Cougars calls time just as Badauer is about to have his first pitch. Lancaster, a big boy. 1 for 2 on the day with an RBI. Wanted to call for time again there. Didn't get it. But that one bounces to the plate, so runs the count 2-0. Two-0 delivery once again. Lancaster calls time as Badauer is taking his time at the mound. But Lancaster's back in the box, ready to go. And now Badauer steps off. A little chess match here between the two. Pacers just looking for one more out of. That one outside and gets behind the catcher. So McKinley will move up from second to third. And base hit could tack on another run here for the Cougars. So a 3-0 count with 2 outs and a runner on third for the Cougars. That one called strike on the outside. So a nice 3-1 hitters count here for Lancaster at the plate with a runner in scoring position and a 7-0 lead. That one swung on, fouled off. So Badauer fights back to 3-2. Lancaster steps back in, 3-2, 2 outs, man on third. Pacers trying to stop the bleeding. Swung on and fouled off again. Lancaster battling at the plate. And swung on. Got him to go down, striking out, but the damage has been done by the Cougars as they now have a touchdown lead over the Pacers, and we head to the bottom of the 4th. So Nathan Holt, number 15, the center fielder, steps into the box for the Pacers to lead things off here in the bottom of the fourth, as they are probably just looking to kind of crawl back into this game, as Traylor been pitching well so far for the Cougars on the mound. And it's really what we saw happen last night. The Cougars had a starting pitcher, Matt Tuggle, go deep into the game. Had a no-hit bid through sixth. And here we find Traylor into the fourth inning. Only 2 hits given up. No runs. That one swung on, ripped down third base line, and the Pacers are going to have a leadoff man on. That'll be a double. So Nathan Holt steps up to the box and rips one almost between the legs of the third baseman, Sawyer Smith, for the Cougars. And Pacers in business here in the bottom of the fourth. Smith looked to be a little banged up there. Not sure if he took that one off the shin or what, but they're going to take a moment and check him out. Maybe just looks like he needs to walk that one off. Yeah, I think he took it off the shin. That one well ripped by Holt, which now brings up the DH, Tyler Tilson. 0 for 1 on the day. Tilson was 1 for 3 last night for the Pacers. But everything seems to be okay with third baseman Sawyer Smith for the Cougars. And the Pacers, a man on second, so Traylor will go to the stretch here, probably the earliest he's had to in an inning so far. So Tilson steps in with a runner in scoring position and no outs. That one swung on, drove into center field. Winston back for the Cougars, and that's over his head. And that'll be called a ground rule double for Tilson. So the Pacers are on the board here in the bottom of the fourth. I'd say maybe 3 more feet, and that ball's out of here. Dead center, about 400. And Tilson ripped that one. That'll bring up the third baseman, Mikey Anderton. He's 1 for 1 on the day. So back in the same position. Nobody out, and man on second. First pitch holds off for a ball. That one outside for another ball. So Anderton ahead in the count early, 2-0, with nobody out, and a man on second for the Pacers. Swung on, up the middle. Shortstop can't make the play. Might be another run for the Pacers. And it will be. So Anderton coming up big, drives in another run. So nobody out and 2 runs in for the Pacers already here in the bottom of the fourth. So the Pacers really doing what you need to, just scratching away. And after 2 quick runs and nobody. Stepping into the box will be the first baseman, Michael Stern, who we know has power. After last night coming up big for the Pacers, a 2-run shot in the bottom of the 8th to clinch the win. And now he faces Ryan Traylor, who's done well so far, but just now 2 runs in for the Pacers. Has a runner on first, nobody out. And the Cougars coach gets ran off the mound by the home plate umpire, and we're ready to get going here. So 7-2 here in the bottom of the fourth. Cougars clinging on to that lead, but the Pacers get their first 2 runs across here in this bottom half of the fourth. And still have no one out. Meat of the order here with the first baseman, Michael Stern, at the plate. Holds off on that one. And so does the blue. Calls that one a ball. May have caught the outside corner, but home plate umpire wasn't a fan. Stern steps back in, 1-0 count. Little pitch out. And Anderton easily back into the bag at first. So Stern facing a nice hitter's count here. A little 2-0 up. Looking at something he can drive. That one swung on, fouled off. Brings the count 2-1. Trailer's 2-1 delivery. That one gets behind the catcher. So Anderton will move up to second, and now he is in scoring position. So same scenario, 3 batters in a row for Pacers here. With a runner on second in scoring position with nobody out. Michael Stern with a 3-1 hitter's count here at the plate. Looking to tack on another one. That one low for a ball. So Trailer facing his first adversity of the game here with runners on first and second and nobody out. And the catcher stepping in, number 7, Ty Galloway, looking to scratch some more runs here for the Pacers in the bottom of the fourth. Galloway squares the bunt and pulls back, and it's a called strike. So Galloway probably looking to move these runners up as Alex Seaton is on deck for the Pacers. See if he squares up again. Trailer steps off the mound, but Anderton keeps his lead over at second. Squares up the bunt again. That one popped up and will be foul. So he'll be down 0-2 in the count. Couldn't get that sacrifice bunt down to move the runners up. Getting his signs from third base coach Curtis Owen in his second year for the Pacers. Not sure if he wants to try to sacrifice bunt here with 2 strikes, and he holds off. Takes that one for a ball, so takes the count 1-2. Little 1-2 count here for Galloway at the plate. That one held off. Galloway wanted to go after that one, but it was in the dirt for a ball. He ends the count up at 2-2. Anderton at second, Stern at first for the Pacers. Trailer steps off. Had a window. Try to pick off Anderton maybe at second. Held off on the throw. Trying to refocus on the batter here. 2-2 delivery. That one high and inside for a ball. Runs the count full with runners on first and second. So we'll see if they get a head start here. Nobody out. Swung on, and that's through in between second and third. He holds Anderton at third. And that'll load the bases for the second baseman, Alex Seaton. So bases loaded, nobody out here for the Pacers in the bottom of the fourth. Averett has a big first inning, puts up a couple of goose eggs, and then puts up a 4-run inning on top of the fourth. And the Pacers trying to match that with 2 runs already across here, and now have bases loaded and nobody out. Still no action going on in the Cougars bullpen. So it looks like they're going to try to stick with Traylor here in the bottom of the fourth. That one outside for a ball. Seaton 0 for 1 on the day, but could come up huge here. That one outside again. Traylor having a tough time finding the strike zone right now. Maybe she needs to take a breath, calm down, and get back after it. That one swung on into left field. Anderton going to tag up from third. And that'll be a sacrifice fly for Seaton as another Pacer crosses the plate. And they cut the lead to 7-3. So Traylor gets 1 down, gives up another run, but has 1 out, runners on first and second. Now the shortstop for the Pacers, Parker Fernstrom, steps up to the box. Fernstrom 1 for 1 today. That one swung on, grounded to the second baseman. Keeps that in front and is bobbled by the shortstop. So everybody's safe as Nate Tuck couldn't corral the flip from Martin Nicolay, trying to turn 2, and the Pacers still in business here with 1 out. Nicolay made a nice play there, just to keep that ball in front of him, trying to get the lead runner at second. And on the exchange, Nate Tuck just couldn't keep a hold of it. So everyone's safe for the Pacers. And top of the lineup, Easton Payton steps up to the box. Takes the first pitch for a strike. Still only 1 out here for the Pacers. Nice curveball, drove in to left center. That's going to be down. And a few runs for the Pacers. Play at the plate, and he's going to be there. Big time hitting there for Easton Payton as he drives in 2 RBIs. And Traylor for the Cougars just trying to stop the damage here in the bottom of the fourth. 5-run inning for the Pacers as they've cut the lead to 7-5. And still have something going here as Gavin Wheeler, the right fielder, steps up in the box. Squares the bunt, lays that one down the third base line, but rolls foul. So he'll be down 0-1 as he comes back to the plate. Wheeler. Fernstrom on second. Easton Payton on first for the Pacers. That ball outside. Evens the count up 1-1. Chase McKinney, the catcher, going out to have a chat for Traylor. Maybe trying to buy some time as the Cougars now have action going on in the bullpen. So the Cougars come out in the top of the fourth and tack on 4 runs, but the Pacers turn around and match that in the bottom of the fourth with now 5 runs in, only 1 out, and still runners on first and second. So Traylor just trying to get out of this inning with minimal damage done. One's everywhere with a 1-1 count and 1 out. Squares the bunt. Does Wheeler. Pulls back. But it's a called strike. So 1-2 count. As again, Pacers batter was looking to move the runners up, but couldn't get a bunt down, so he faces a 1-2 count, probably swinging away here with 1 out. And he is. Fouls that one back. And Traylor steps off. Ian Fernstrom down at second. Wheeler didn't get the start last night, but gets the start today. And he swings off, chop one down the middle. Could be another run for the Pacers. And it will be. As he crosses home plate, and the lead is down to 1. So Wheeler getting the start today. 0 for 2 so far, but comes up big right there with an RBI. And out comes head coach for the Cougars, Kenny Fleming, as Traylor has had the wheels fall off here in the bottom of the 4th. And we'll be back after this pitching change. So Ryan Traylor's day is done for the Cougars on the mound. 8 hits, 5 earned runs, 2 strikeouts on 66 pitches. And now on the mound, Colin Clark for the Cougars. Number 19, right-hander, 6.1 ERA, and squared up to bunt there. Safe at first and safe at home. So the Pacers have came back in this bottom of the 4th to tie the game at 7. So Colin Clark comes in, faces Nathan Holt, who squares the bunt. Rolls a nice bunt in between first base and third. And he's safe at first. 1 run scores. And Wheeler advances to third. So the Pacers tie the game 7-7. Only 1 out still. And runners on the corners for the DH, Tyler Tilson. Tilson first pitch swinging. Goes down 0-1. So most of this damage done while having 1 out for the Pacers. Runner acts like he's going to go at first, holds off, and Tilson swinging again, goes down 0-2. Tilson 1 for 2 on the day with an RBI. That ball outside. Runner takes off. Pump fake from the catcher, Chase McKinney for the Cougars. So now 2 runners in scoring position for the Pacers and only 1 out. With their big DH Tyler Tilson at the plate. Mikey Anderton on deck. He's 2 for 2 on the day. That one popped up to right field. Wheeler tagging at third. And the Pacers are going to take the lead. Trying to get another run in here. Going to be a play at the plate. And 2 runs cross. And the Pacers are fired up as they now have a 9-7 lead and a 9-run inning here in the bottom of the 4th. Gracious. I've seen some wild things in sports. But a 4-run inning by a team, and then home team turns around and comes in the bottom of the half with a 9-run inning. And there's 2 outs now as the third baseman, Mikey Anderson, steps up to the plate. So a sac fly scores 2. Tilson, 3 RBIs on the day now. That one inside. And 3 quick balls for Colin Clark on the mound. Finds the strike zone, 3-1. Swung on, chopped foul down the third base line. So 3-2, 2 outs. Collins' delivery. And Anderton draws a walk. So his on-base percentage is still 1,000 on the day. He's 2 for 2 and just drew a walk, has an RBI on the day. And in steps Michael Stern. 0 for 1 on the day with a walk as well. But has a man on first with 2 outs. That ball in for a strike for Clark. Off speed there for a ball. Even the count up 1-1. Runner takes off. Swinging, popped up to the first baseman. Bradshaw camped underneath that one, and the Cougars are out of inning, but a massive, and I mean massive inning for the Pacers. 9 runs in the bottom of the 4th, and they hold on to the lead 9-7 as we head to the top of the 5th. So Mitchell Bauer back out on the mound for the Pacers, clinging to a 9-7 lead. In steps the third baseman, number 3, Sawyer Smith. He squares at the bunt, brings it back, takes it for a ball. He's 0 for 2 on the day so far. Getting the start today. Beautiful, beautiful day here at USA Baseball National Training Complex. That one swung on and blooped up to the second baseman for the Pacers. Alex Seaton, he'll make that play for out number 1 of the inning. Slight little breeze, 75 degrees on this Saturday. So Averett jumped out to a 7-0 lead, and the Pacers come storming back in the bottom of the 4th with a 9-run inning, and here we are in the top of the 5th. Game 1 last night, the Pacers won a thrilling 5-3 victory. Both teams looking for some momentum, as after last night, the Pacers moved to 3-10 in the conference, and the Cougars only 2-11. So each team looking to get something going here late in the year. And Nate Tuck, the shortstop at the plate for the Cougars, holds off on that called strike. Aims the count up of 1-1. And gets that one on the outside corner for a called strike. So Bauer ahead in the count. Looking to shut these Cougars down early in the top of the 5th. I want a called ball. Nate Tuck 2 for 2 on the day, 2 RBIs. Seen plenty of people cross the plate so far here in this game. That one swung on, blooped up over the shortstop's head. But in comes Easton Payton to make the play for the Pacers. So 2 up, 2 down for Bauer here in the top of the 5th. That brings up the first baseman, number 28, Tanner Bradshaw. Bradshaw 0 for 2 on the day. Nice long flow out the back of his helmet. Bradshaw was 1 for 4 last night in the opening game of the series. That one gets away from Bauer as Bradshaw starts to count 1-0. So 2 outs here for the Pacers. On the top of the 5th, holding on to a 2-run lead. Swung on, crushed into left field. That might have the distance, and it's gone. So one big swing from Bradshaw cuts the lead to 1. Bauer left one hanging. And Bradshaw sends that one over the right fielder's head, over the fence. That right field hill has been popular in this series. It's the second home run of this game we've seen land on it. And last night, Michael Stern for the Pacers had one go over. And after that solo shot, that'll call for a mound visit for the Pacers and a pitching change. So 9-8 here in the top of the 5th. We'll be back after the pitch and change. And we're back here after a solo shot from Tanner Bradshaw. A pitch and change has happened for the Pacers as Mitchell Badower only goes 2 innings. And in steps number 47, Isaiah Ortega for the Pacers. It's his 9th appearance of the year. No start, so normally works out of the bullpen for the Pacers. Comes in with 2 outs and nobody on. His first batter he'll face squares the bunt, Zach DiCarlo, the left fielder, who is 1 for 2 on the day with 2 RBIs. DiCarlo 0 for 3 last night in the series opener. Swings at the second pitch he sees. And the Pacers are out of the inning. Nice play there by the shortstop, Parker Fernstrom, for the Pacers. And we head to the bottom of the 5th. 9-8, William Peace Pacers. So to the bottom of the 5th we go here in Cary, North Carolina, USA Baseball National Training Complex. Beautiful day here. It's sunny and about 75 degrees. In steps the catcher, Ty Galloway, for the Pacers. Watches a first pitch strike from Colin Clark for the Cougars. This is his 2nd inning of work. And Clark gets ahead early here, 0-2. Galloway leaves that one outside for a ball. So the Pacers, last inning, a 9-run inning, just explodes. And that will sit down Galloway. A called strike, backwards K for Clark, which brings up the second baseman, Alex Seaton. Seaton 0 for 1 on the day with a sacrifice fly and RBI. That one right down the pipe for a strike. So once again, Colin Clark getting ahead in the count early. Looking to work fast on the mound. That one again, outside for a strike. This umpire's been nice with balls on the corners. That one breaking ball, fouled off from Seaton. A little off-speed pitch there from Clark, who's ahead in the count 0-2. 0-2 delivery. Swung on, drove into center field. And that play made from Nick Winston. Nice track down there to get the second out of the inning from Winston. That ball drove well from Seaton. Just couldn't get it over Nick Winston's head in center field. So 2 up, 2 down for Clark here in the bottom of the 5th. Brings up the shortstop, number 28, Parker Fernstrom, for the Pacers. And once again, first pitch, first strike for Clark. And 0-2 again. So Clark, once again, working ahead in the count with 2 outs. That one swung and fouled off over the first base dugout. Oh, 2 delivery. Off speed. High. Fernstrom lays off. Get the count to 1-2. Fernstrom lays off again. Even the count up 2-2 with 2 outs. Nobody on. Clark trying to work quickly and get out of this inning. Did he go? Yes, he did. So 3 up, 3 down. And we'll head to the top of the 6th here in Cary, North Carolina. So here we go in the top of the 6th. Number 25, Martin Nicolai, stepping in for the Cougars, over 2 on the day with a strikeout. Isaiah Ortega still on the mound, going into a second inning of work here for the Pacers as they cling to a 9-8 lead. At first pitch, in for a strike. Catches the outside corner. So this game very different from his predecessor last night, as runs came at a premium last night. That one poked into right field for a base hit for Nicolai, and the Cougars have their leadoff man on here in the top of the 6th. And in steps the actual leadoff man for the Cougars, the center fielder, Nick Winston. Winston having a day today, 3 for 3. So nobody out for Winston as he steps back into the box for his 4th at bat. Nicolai on first. Another pickoff move. Nicolai in safely. Winston still waiting his first pitch, and there it is. He swings and fouls that one off. So he'll go down in the count, 0-1. Beautiful day here. Once again, nice crowd out here for Game 2 of this 3-game series here in Cary, North Carolina. Swung on. Flew into center field. Nathan Holt camped under that one. So Nick Winston sits down. First time he has not reached base today. And now the starter for the game, Averett, and also the DH, Ryan Traylor, steps up to the plate. He's 1 for 2 today with an RBI. And 1 out. Ortega, another pickoff move over to first at Nicolay. But he's in there safely. AU Cougars from Danville, Virginia. Brought a nice crowd down today. That ball outside. So Traylor's first pitch is a ball. Traylor last night started at shortstop. Went 3 for 5. And starts on the mound today. Goes into the 4th. And that's when the Pacers offense exploded. But now he's still at the plate, DHing for the Pacers. Working on a 1 for 2 today so far. A little pitch out. Trying to keep an eye on Nicolay over there first. Runs the count 2-1. Two-one delivery. Swung on, fouled off over the first base dugout. Ortega probably just looking for a ground ball. Try to roll him up and get out of this inning. And head to the bottom of the 6th. But Traylor at the plate probably has something else in his mind. He faces a 2-2 count, 1 out, and 1 man on first. Runner takes off, swung on, nice hit and run there by the Cougars, and it gets through. Nicolay headed to third, and that was well played by the Cougars. That would be a successful hit and run. So Traylor adding on to his day here as he's 2 for 3 now. Nicolay at third, so runners on the corners for the Cougars, and 1 out. Steps in number 16, the catcher, Chase McKinney. McKinney 0 for 2 on the day. So Ortega facing adversity here in the top of the 6th inning with 1 out. Still, ground ball can get you out of the inning. That one blooped up into left field and is going to be down. So the Cougars are going to tie the game here, 9-9 in the top of the 6th inning. So McKinney comes up big, bloops one over the third base head for an RBI. I'll bring up the right fielder, Andrew Lancaster. And Ortega gives up a run, ties the game 9-9. Runners at first and second with only 1 out. First, Traylor on second, McKinney on first, and Ortega steps off. Lancaster 0 for on the day with an RBI. Cougars could regain the lead here in the top of the 6th. Swung on and missed for the first strike. So Andrew Lancaster steps back up into the box, down 0-1 with 1 out. Swung on, chopped foul. He's down 0-2. Nice play made by the third base coach for the Cougars. Lancaster steps back in, facing an 0-2 count. See if Ortega goes after him or tries to make him reach. And makes him reach and gets him to strike out. So 2 down now for the Pacers, as the game has been tied up. But now the third baseman, number 3, Sawyer Smith, steps in. Smith over 3 on the day so far, but could come up big here with 2 outs. That swung on, and to the third baseman, who goes to second base for the final out of the inning. Cougars do even the game up, though, 9-9, as we head down to the bottom of the 6th. So leadoff man, Easton Payton, steps in for the Pacers to start things off here in the bottom of the 6th. First pitch swinging. Skied up into the air. And that'll fall foul. Just a long strike. As the catcher, Chase McKinney, for the Cougars, trying to track that one down. Just couldn't get there in time. Nice hustle there by McKinney, though, as we get resettled. Once again, just a marvelous day for some baseball here in Cary, North Carolina. These two teams doing battle in Game 2 of this 3-game series. That pitch for a called strike brings the count to 0-2. Can't get the outside corner call there. First ball of this at-bat. That one inside for a ball again, so evens the count up at 2-2. Off-speed breaking ball in the dirt to run the count full for leadoff man here, Easton Payton, in the bottom of the 6th. So 9-9 ball game. 11 hits towards Averett, 9 to William Peace. And that for a called strike 3. Sits down Payton to start the inning off in the bottom of the 6th. Now Gavin Wheeler, the right fielder, will step in. Wheeler 1 for 3 on the day with an RBI and a strikeout. That one outside for a ball. Another ball by Colin Clark. So Wheeler quickly ahead, 2-0 in the count. Is that a called strike? So 2-1. Clark working quickly. That one swung on. Popped up behind the plate. That one's going to be out of play, but once again, Chase McKinney for the Cougars showing great effort. Couldn't get there in time. Pitcher helped him out with his mask there. Probably a little tip of the cap for the hustle. So 3-2 count here for Gavin Wheeler, the right fielder for the Pacers, at the plate with one out, nobody on. 3-2 delivery and high for a ball. So Wheeler walks, and the Pacers have a base runner here in the bottom of the sixth. That'll bring up the center fielder, Nathan Holt. Holt 2 for 3 on the day, the RBI and a strikeout. Pacers trying to take the lead back from the Cougars here, as we are tied 9-all in the bottom of the sixth. First pitch swinging, first pitch foul ball. As I said earlier, runs were a premium last night, but obviously opposite here today, as we have a 9-9 ball game in the bottom of the sixth inning. Pacers with one on and one out. Pickoff move from Clark. Wheeler in safely. Cougars struck first at the top of the first with 3 runs, and then came back in the top of the fourth with 4 more. But then that one swung on, chopped down to third base, and everybody's going to be safe. A tough play there for the shortstop for the Cougars, Nate Tuck, but couldn't make it happen. So now the Pacers have runners on first and second with only one out. And the DH, Tyler Tilson, who has 3 RBIs on the day, could come up big here for the Pacers. But as I was saying before, Averett had a 4-run fourth inning, so it was 7-0 when William Peace had a 9-run fourth inning. So this game has been exciting. That one hits Tilson, so the Cougars load the bases now with only one out. So bases loaded for the third baseman, Mikey Anderton, who's 2 for 2 on the day with a walk and an RBI. He's been living on the base paths today. So the Pacers are looking to take the lead here in the bottom of the sixth. All-speed drove up the middle. Comes in, makes the play. Nick Winston now to throw it home, and the Pacers have the lead. So Anderton comes in, sees the first pitch, and drives one to center field for a sac fly, and the Pacers have the lead 10-9 here in the bottom of the sixth. Pacers still have runners on first and second. 2 outs now, though, for Michael Stern, the first baseman. First pitch strike, Stern holds off. So Stern steps back in, facing an 0-1 count with 2 outs. Holds off on that one. That one gets away from the catcher, throw down to third, and he is there. So Nathan Holt advances to third on the ball in the dirt, and Tyler Tilson moves up to second. So the Pacers now have 2 runners in scoring possession, 2 outs though, but Stern at the plate facing a 1-1 count. Off speed, nice. For a strike there from Colin Clark, AU pitcher on the mound. Clark's 1-2. High for a ball. Stern checked, didn't go. So 2's everywhere. 2 men on, 2 out, and a 2-2 count. Swing and a miss. So the Cougars get out of the inning with only giving up 1, but the Pacers have the lead now as we head to the top of the 7th, 10-9. So a new pitcher has entered the game for the William Peace Pacers. Here to start the 7th inning, number 45, Austin Pageant, 3.46 ERA. This is his 12th appearance of the year. Normally works out of the bullpen. First pitch outside for a ball. He'll face Nate Tuck, the shortstop for the Cougars, who's 2 for 3 on the day. 2 RBIs. That ball high and way inside. So Tuck comes in, takes 2 balls, and ahead in the count early here. Tuck steps back in, ready to go. That one once again, a ball. So Pageant has come in, thrown 3 straight balls. Just needs to find strike zone, get settled in. And comes in with a 4-pitch walk. So Nate Tuck, leadoff man in the top of the 7th for the Cougars, is on, which brings up the first baseman Tanner Bradshaw, who homered his last at-bat. Solo shot in the left field. Absolutely smashed. But nobody out with a runner on for the Cougars. Tanner almost looked like he wanted to square up the bunt there, but not sure if he wanted to. Took it as a ball, though. So Cougars down by 1 in the top of the 7th, and a runner on with nobody out. Squares up the bunt and brings it back. Pageant hadn't found the strike zone yet, as that was his 6th straight ball. Ball enters the field from the William Peace bullpen. And out comes the pitching coach for the Pacers. Had a little meeting with Padgett here. Actually going to bring the whole infield in. Trying to calm him down as the Pacers are clinging to a 10-9 lead here. I'll give a little recap. 3-run inning and top of the first for the Cougars. And then a 4-run inning in the top of the fourth, followed by a William Peace offensive explosion with a 9-run inning in the bottom of the fourth. And then one each in each inning from there, which has gotten us to 10-9 William Peace. So a quick little meeting there for Padgett on the mound. He's down 2-0 in this count. Walked the first batter he saw. So Tanner Bradshaw, who homered his last at-bat, steps back into the plate. Bradshaw squares the bunt, brings it back, and a called strike in the outside corner. So Padgett gets his first strike. Brings the count to 2-1. That one held off by Bradshaw. Gets him into a hitter's count at 3-1. So Bradshaw steps back in with a runner on first, nobody out. The runner takes off. He holds off and takes a ball. So Padgett comes in, walks the two first batters he sees, and that'll be a quick outing for him. We'll see who the Pacers bring in, and we'll be back after that. So after the pitching change for the Pacers, Samuel Petticord enters the game. He came in relief for the Pacers last night some, and he'll face Zach DiCarlo. DiCarlo 1 for 3 on the day with 2 RBIs, and a big situation here as the Cougars are down by 1. He squares the bunt and lays one down the third base line, which gets past Petticord, and everybody's going to be safe. Out comes the head coach for the Pacers, Curtis Owen, looking to argue maybe a little double hit off the bat. But DiCarlo comes in and lays down a bunt, which looks to load the bases with nobody out here in the top of the 7th inning. Home plate umpire going out to talk to the umpire in the field, see if they can get this call straightened out. And he's going to be called safe. So, Cougar faithful on their feet after that one. But Pacers coach still on the field, not happy with that call. And now, the assistant coach has been thrown out of the game. So, some fireworks here in the late innings as we're in the top of the 7th of a 10-9 ball game. Pacers clinging to a 1-run lead. And things have just got interesting as the Pacers have had a coach ejected and the bases are loaded for the Cougars. So trying to get settled down here. As the Cougars are going to have a pinch hitter. Get that name to you quick as we can. But Petticord comes in and gives up a bunt that may have seemed to be hit twice. Peace coach thrown out, and now we have bases loaded with pinch hitter Cody Jones at the plate for the Cougars with nobody out. First pitch takes a ball, and fans are starting to be on their feet here as things are getting interesting. That one outside for a called strike. So 1-1. That one a call strike in the outside corner again. Pacers faithful loving that. So Petticord ahead in the count here, 1-2, with nobody out and the bases loaded. Breaking ball gets away from him. Runners coming home. Play at the plate. Ball not there in time, and the Cougars have tied things up here in the top of the 7th inning. Both runners advance to second and third. Still nobody out. So that ball gets away from catcher Ty Galloway for the Pacers. And all things are knotted up here at 10 apiece. That ball outside, even the count's up 2-2. My corrections, full count now, 3-2. Runners on second and third, and nobody out. And that's a walk. So back-to-back loaded bases for the Cougars as we have a tie game here in the top of the 7th inning. And now stepping up to the plate, who's had a hot bat all day, most of the series, Nick Winston, the center fielder for the Cougars. First pitch swinging, and that's fouled down the third base line. A 1 delivery swung on and missed by Winston. This is a big at-bat for pitcher Samuel Petticord on the mound for the Pacers, as Winston has been hot all day, and the bases are loaded with nobody out. Swung on, chopped down third base line. Play at the plate's going to be made, so 1 out down. They get the lead runner in the first out of the inning. So Winston chops 1 to third. And Mikey Anderton makes a nice play, goes to the plate, gets the lead runner. So Pacers have 1 down. Still bases loaded. Now Ryan Traylor steps in. Also had a hot bat. He's 2 for 3 with an RBI. That one outside for a ball. So the corners are in, third and first, and middle infield playing for double play ball with one out here in the top of the 7th. Boy, has this been a back and forth game. Just exciting stuff here. And one called strike, 1-1 count here in Cary, North Carolina, USA Baseball National Training Complex. Opened its doors back in 2007. William Peace Pacers baseball program called this home. That one swung on and missed. It's a 1-2 count here. That one fouled off. So Traylor facing a 1-2 count with one out. And he's battling at the plate with the bases still loaded for the Cougars. And that's poked through the first and second base side. Cougars going to strike one. That one bobbled by the right fielder, Gavin Wheeler, but only one run crosses the plate. So Traylor, big piece of hitting right there to take the lead for the Cougars, 11-10 in the top of the 7th. That was a tough battle there for Petticourt on the mound. But now he has to settle back down. The base is still loaded and face Chase McKinney. He's 1 for 3 on the day. Only one out still. Nice breaking ball there. Just a bit inside, not called for a strike. Swung on, dribbled down the third base line. Going to throw it home for the second out of the inning and the force out. So Anderton with 2 nice plays this inning over at third base to get the lead runner at home. And the Pacers just trying to minimize the damage here in the top of the 7th. In steps number 23, Andrew Lancaster, 0 for 4 on the day, but with an RBI. 2 strikeouts on the day. Lancaster, the right fielder for the Cougars. Takes first 2 pitches for 2 balls, so he's up in the count early. Pacers just searching for one last out to get out of this inning. That one drove into left center. Gonna be down for trouble. Nathan Holt dives and couldn't make the play. And that clears the bases for the Cougars. So Andrew Lancaster with a big 3 RBI hit there in the top of the 7th inning. And the Cougars regain the lead 14-10. Or should I say extend their lead 14-10. So a big 2-out hit there from Andrew Lancaster. Brings up first pitch strike there. That one hit by pitch there. And out comes William Peace coach again to argue the call. That was Avery Spicer at the plate for the Cougars. So head coach Curtis Owen arguing his case there once again. William Peace home faithful on the umpire pretty hard here. But now the shortstop, number 36, Nate Tuck, steps up to the box. Cougars doing all this with 2 outs. Runners on first and second here in the top of the 7th. So Cougars have had a 3-run inning, a 4-run inning, and now in the top of the 7th, a 5-run inning, and still counting here with 2 outs. All-speed pitch there. Comes in for a ball. That one catches the outside corner. Evens the count up at 1-1. That one way inside for a ball. Almost the same pitch. Runs the count 3-1 for Petticord on the mound. Petticord come in this inning with down and called strike there. That'll bring Nate Tuck back into the box, who ran out thinking that was going to be ball 4, but that evens the count up 3-2 with 2 outs and runners on first and second. So the 3-2 payoff, and Petticord wants to make sure runners don't get too ahead of a start. The delivery, and that one chopped foul behind the plate. That's Lancaster on second and Spicer on first. So we'll run this back. 3-2 delivery. Swung on a miss, and the Pacers are out of the inning, but the damage has been done by the Cougars. A 5-run inning in the top of the 7th, and 14-10, the Cougars have the lead as we head to the bottom of the 7th. So now number 7, Tyler Galloway, steps up to the box for the Pacers as they're down 4 here in the bottom of the 7th. Galloway 1 for 3 on the day with a strikeout so far. Colin Clark still on the mound for the Cougars. That ball high for the first pitch of the inning. That one in for a called strike. One delivery. Punched over to the second baseman, and that'll be out number 1. Martin Nicolay on the play for the Cougars. Had a sub in for the game for the Cougars. That was Dylan Roberts, number 11, over at second base. Comes in, makes a play. And now Alex Seaton rips one of the shortstop, and that'll be out number 2. So Nate Tuck with the play there, and 2 quick outs by the middle infielders for the Averett Cougars here in the bottom of the 7th. Now the shortstop for the Pacers, Parker Fernstrom, steps into the box. Fernstrom 1 for 3 on the day with a strikeout as well. First pitch in for a strike. Nice off-speed curveball there by Colin Clark, and quickly up in the count 0-2 with 2 outs and nobody on. Swung on and blooped into right field down the line. That's going to be foul, and the count stays at 0-2. Delivery popped up, and second baseman Dylan Roberts camps under that one. So 3 quick outs for the Cougars, and we head to the top of the 8th. Averett University 14, William Peace University 10. New pitcher in for the William Peace Pacers, number 22, Robbie Casey. His first batter he'll face will be number 28, Tanner Bradshaw for the Cougars. Homer back in this game, has a RBI, a walk. He's 1 for 3 so far. Here we are in the top of the 8th, and the Cougars clinging to a 4-run lead. But Pacers have shown some offensive explosion, so they can take all the insurance runs they can get. Casey comes in. First 2 pitches, 2 balls. Still a beautiful day here. Slight little breeze here in the town of Cary. That one swung on and blasted into the sky near third base. Anderton over to make the play, and he can't get to it. Great effort there by Anderton, Easton Payton, even the shortstop, Parker Fernstrom over there, just trying to make a play for their pitcher, Robert Casey, on the mound. And a called strike evens the count up at 2-2. So 2-2 delivery from Casey. Nobody on, nobody out, and gets him swinging. So Casey faces one batter and sits him down swinging. I'm bring up the left fielder, Zach DiCarlo, who's 2 for 4 on the day with 2 RBIs. First pitch swinging is DiCarlo, and he goes down to the count 0-1. Second pitch swinging. That one fouled down the third base line, so down in the count 0-2 he goes. Nobody on here, and 1 out in the top of the 8th. Swung on and foul tipped by DiCarlo. Robbie Casey wanted that strikeout on the mound, but he's got to work another pitch to get it. Nice pitch there, but DiCarlo holds off. Good eye there from the left fielder for the Cougars as he brings the count to 1-2. Trying to battle at the plate, get a base runner on for the Cougars. Swings and fouls that one back, still battling. One-two delivery, fouled off again. So DiCarlo battling well at the plate for the AU Cougars, trying to get a base runner on here in the top of the 8th. And that is 4 straight foul balls. Umpire needs new baseballs after this at-bat. So 1-2 count, 1 out, nobody on. And that pitch in the dirt. Nice eye there from DiCarlo to hold off. He evens the count up at 2-2. Two-two delivery. Held off again. So DiCarlo has worked to get this count back to full at 3-2 and 1 out. This is a very nice at-bat from Zach DiCarlo for the Cougars. And he draws a walk. If there's any young baseball ballers out there, that is how you get down in the count 0-2 and work back, fight back, and draw a walk. That'll bring up the second baseman now, Dylan Roberts, number 11. So the Cougars have a man on with 1 out in the top of the 8th. I pitch outside for a ball. Casey gives a little grin on the mound. Thought that one could have been a strike. Once again misses. 2-0 count. And misses again. So the count runs 3-0. Casey just needing to find a strike here, get back in the groove. And he does. So the count is 3-1 now here for Dylan Roberts at the plate. And the William Peace faithful giving the umpire behind the plate a nice round of applause for calling a strike. 3-1, runner goes. And it's a called ball. So now, the leadoff man for the Cougars steps up. The center fielder, Nick Winston. 3 of 5 on the day. Had a hot bat in this series so far. Runner in scoring position at second, also with a runner at first, with 1 out for the Pacers. Cougars trying to extend this lead. Squares up the bunt, lays a nice bunt down. Can't beat the throw out, but he does the job, moves the runners over. So Winston doing just about everything for the Cougars this weekend so far. But now Robbie Casey on the mound for the Pacers has 2 outs, but faces runners in scoring position on second and third with another hot bat, Ryan Traylor, 3 for 4 on the day, at the plate. Traylor's first pitch, swinging and crushed into center field, but in for the play is Nathan Holt, and out of the inning is the Pacers with no runs given up, still down 14-10 as we head to the bottom of the 8th. So stepping into the box now, the leadoff man for the Pacers of William Peace University, Easton Payton, the left fielder. Down 14-10 in the bottom of the 8th. Back out on the mound, Colin Clark for the AU Cougars. His outing been pretty well so far. Falls down 2-0 early in this count. Pacers really just looking for base runners. And might get one here. The count's 3-0. Completely different game from last night, as Averett has 14 hits tonight and William Peace 9. But just last night, 5 total hits for each team in a 5-3 ball game. And Colin Clark gets a strike call there, brings the count to 3-1. And that ball in the dirt. So Easton Payton on base for the Pacers with nobody out here in the bottom of the 8th. That'll bring up the right fielder, number 14, Gavin Wheeler. Wheeler 1 for 3 on the day with a walk, an RBI, and a strikeout. Had a nice sacrifice bunt early in the game also. So down by 4 here in the bottom of the 8th. Pacers looking to get something going as Colin Clark on the mound for the Cougars struggling to find the strike zone right here. Just had a 5-pitch walk and first pitch to Wheeler in the dirt. Finds the strike zone there, though. Aims to count up at 1-1. Back-to-back strikes. Takes the count to 1-2. Wheeler holds off to take the second ball of the at-bat. Home plate. Check the infield umpire, see if he went. He said he was safe. So that evens the count up at 2-2. Peyton over on first. Nathan Holt on deck. That in the dirt. That runs the count full 3-2. So Peyton probably going to get a head start here at first. And Wheeler probably looking for something to drive here. Pacers down by 4. Just looking for base runners and runs here. That in the dirt. That's back-to-back walks for Colin Clark. And that'll call for a mound visit for the Cougars. So no activity in the bullpen right now for Averett. But they are going to call in the first baseman, Tanner Bradshaw, who has homered in this game. So Bradshaw going to exchange his first baseman mitt for his pitching glove. Guess going to come in, get a little loose, and be the pitcher for the Cougars. He'll face Nathan Holt, who's 2 for 4 today with an RBI and a strikeout, with runners on first and second. So we'll be back after the pitching change for the AU Cougars. So Nathan Holt steps up to the plate with runners on first and second and nobody out. Tanner Bradshaw on the mound for the Cougars now. Big moment here in the game as the Pacers are down by 4 in the bottom of the 8th, but have runners on and nobody out. Big swing there from Holt. Big swing and a miss. He was count up 1-1. Nice breaking ball there from Bradshaw. Comes in for a ball, though. Two-one delivery from Bradshaw. Swung on by Holt and popped foul. That'll be out of play. Ames count up at 2-2. Two-two delivery from Bradshaw. Swung on and fouled off again. Once again from Holt. So Nathan Holt, the center fielder for the Pacers, battling at the plate with a 2-2 count in the top of the 8th inning. Tanner Bradshaw, homered earlier in the game, played first base, coming in to a big moment here for the Cougars. That ball in the dirt runs the count full 3-2. So runners probably getting a head start here with a full count. That one swung on and blooped over shortstop's head. This could be a run for the Pacers. There's going to be a play at the plate, and it's cut off by the cutoff man, and the Pacers strike. So Nathan Holt comes in, gets an RBI, cuts the lead down to 3 for the Pacers. It's a nice piece of hitting there. After dropping down 0-2, battles back, 3-2, gets a hit. So 14-11 now. Now, the DH, Tyler Tilson, steps up. He's 1 for 2 on the day with 3 RBIs. Bradshaw gets a called strike. Really no quit in this William Peace team. Down 7-0 early. Had a 9-run inning. And now down 14-10 and got something brewing here in the bottom of the 8th with nobody out and 2 runners on. One run across already. But Tilson falls down the count 0-2 after a Bradshaw nice off-speed pitch. O2, outside for a ball. Tilson holds off wisely. The 1-2 delivery. Swung on. Chopped down third baseline. That's going to be fair and trouble. So here comes another run for the Pacers. And maybe another one. And he holds him at third, and he dives back in. So Tilson rips one down the third base line. And they have cut the lead to 2. So now, Mikey Anderton steps up into the box with runners in scoring possession on second and third and nobody out, and the Pacers down by 2. That ball inside for a ball. Anderton with a hot bat, 2 for 2 on the day. 1 walk, 2 RBIs. And a balk called on Tanner Bradshaw on the mound. So runners advance. And in comes Nathan Holt to scratch this lead to just 1 for the Cougars. So the first baseman, Tanner Bradshaw, coming in to pitch. And that's a balk called on him. Here comes the Averett head coach to get an explanation from home plate umpire. And out he goes to speak with Tanner Bradshaw. Just want to calm him down with a tying run on third base and nobody out still for the Pacers. So a 3-run inning so far. Cut the lead to 14-13. Mike Anderton with a hot bat at the plate. Michael Stern on deck, who was the hero last night for the Pacers. 2-run shot in the bottom of the 8th. So a little different situation score-wise, and situations go almost the same. Infield's in for the Cougars with that tying run standing on third. Tyler Tilson. And Anderson's first pitch he sees is a ball. Swung on, blasted into left field. Going to be caught, but Tilson tags up from third, and this game's going to be tied. 14-all here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Pacer faithful on their feet. So 14-14 ball game. 1 out. Tanner Bradshaw on the mound. In steps Michael Stern. 0 for 3 on the day. Has a walk and a strikeout. But came up big time clutch for the Pacers last night. So maybe another one swing of the bat here for Stern. That inside for a ball. Bradshaw looking to work quick. That one flew out into center field. And not enough. Just a little warning track power there for Stern. Got the Pacer fans on their feet there for a second. But Nick Winston tracks that down for the Cougars. So 2 down now, and we have a tie ball game. But in steps number 7, Tyler Galloway. The catcher for the Pacers. 1 for 4 on the day. Pitch just inside for a ball. Checks that one. Count goes 2-0. That one popped back up into center field, and Nick Winston camped under it. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we have a tie ball game heading into the 9th inning in Cary, North Carolina. So leading things off for the AAU Cougars here in the top of the ninth, number 16, Chase McKinney. McKinney, the catcher, 1 for 4 on the day with an RBI. And a new pitcher on the mound is Jamie May, number 49, big lefty for the Pacers. That ball outside. So one exciting game we have had here today at the USA Baseball National Training Complex in Cary, North Carolina. And the William Peace Pacers out of Raleigh right here. So May facing a 2-0 count. Gets a strike to go there. Thrilling game last night. Another thrilling game here today in Game 2 of this pivotal series for both teams. May evens the count up at 2-2. Nice breaking ball in, but Blue lays off that one. Runs the count full, 3-2. So McKinney battling here. That one outside for a ball. And Chase McKinney draws a leadoff walk here in the top of the ninth for the Cougars. That'll bring up number 23, Andrew Lancaster. 1 for 5 on the day. Has 4 RBIs, though. Had a bases-clearing double back in the 7th. So Jamie May facing some early adversity here in the top of the ninth with a runner on and nobody out. He steps off. Got a big task at the plate with Andrew Lancaster. Lancaster only batting .213 on the year, but he's had a pretty good series here so far. Absolute gorgeous day for this Game 2 of this 3-game series. Sun's been out most of the day. Clouds here and there, but beautiful blue skies. Lancaster holds off on that one, but calling for a strike on the outside corner. 1-1. One delivery. That one fouled off. Chase McKinney over there at first. Not too big of a lead as the big lefty Jamie May has a tricky little wind up to the mound. Those lefties can be tricky for base runners at first. And he gets him to go down swinging. So out number 1 for the Pacers in the top of the ninth. That'll bring up Avery Spicer with a runner on first and 1 out. First pitch high for a ball. So 1-0 count here for Avery Spicer. He was walked in his first appearance today. That one outside corner for a strike. Evens the count up 1-1. So here we are. Top of the ninth inning, tied at 14. 1 out. The run on first. Nice breaking ball. That one drilled into right field. Nice play there by right fielder Easton Payton for the Pacers. Chase McKinney about 3/4 of the way to second. Had to get back into first, but Easton Payton with a nice play. That'll bring up number 36, Nate Tuck. The shortstop for the Cougars, 2 for 4 on the day, 2 RBIs. He's walked and struck out once. So 2 outs for Jamie May. And runner takes off, and Ty Galloway behind the plate can't corral it. So the Cougars have a man in scoring position in the top of the 9th. A little bit of action here in the William Peace bullpen, also in the AU Cougars bullpen. But Jamie May on the mound right now for the Pacers, trying to get out of this inning. Tuck lays off that one, called for a ball. Pacer fans upset once again. Count even at 1-1 and 2 outs. That one runs inside for a ball. May just looking to get off the mound, give his guys a chance in the bottom of the 9th. Outside for a ball. Count runs 3-1. So Nate Tuck at the plate, awaiting his 3-1 pitch. And he takes off early, but it's a called strike. So it's going to run the count full with 2 outs. So here we are in the top of the 9th inning. 3-2 count, 2 outs with a runner on second. He'll have an early start. Nate Tuck at the plate. Jamie May on the mound for the Pacers. And strike 3 is called. That fires up the Pacers, and we'll head to the bottom of the 9th with a tie ball game. So here we go. Bottom of the 9th, 14 all ball game. A new pitcher on the mound for the Cougars. Number 3, Tyler Butler. He's going to face number 11, Alex Seaton, the second baseman for the Pacers. And they've just been a beautiful day for baseball here at USA Baseball National Training Complex in Cary, North Carolina. Pacers call this field home, Coleman Field. And just a wonderful game we've had here today. Cougars went up 3-0, then 7-0, and William Peace fought back with a 9-run inning. And Averett back with a 5-run inning in the 7th. Pacers, 4-run inning in the 8th. And here we are, 14 all. Butler's first pitch to the bottom of the 9th. Outside for a ball. Going on hour 3 of this game. And gets Seaton swinging there. Been about sunny and 75 all day here in Cary, North Carolina. Beautiful town, beautiful place. And Seaton swinging again. So quickly, down 1-2. And Pacers really just looking for base runners. That's how they've clawed back in this game. Looking to go ahead and clinch the series after the victory 5-3 last night. Averett was up 3-0 most of the game last night. And then the Pacers fought back 3-2. That one swung on, fouled off. Ended up winning the game 5-3 on a thrilling home run from Michael Stern in the bottom of the 8th. So here we are again. A little different scoring. A little higher of a score, but another thrilling matchup. And struck him out. So Butler comes in and gets a strikeout. That'll bring up the shortstop, number 28, Parker Fernstrom. So 1 down, nobody on. That ball in the dirt for a ball. Fernstrom backs out of the plate there, but that's in for a called strike. So, one's everywhere, 1-1 count, and 1 out. Nice breaking ball in for another strike. So 1-2 the count. Lays off that high fastball. Catcher Chase McKinney threw that one over Tyler Butler's head on the mound. Had to get the ball back in from the outfield. But a 2-2 count here, 1 out for Fernstrom at the plate. Butler on the mound for the Cougars. Pacers can't get anybody on. We might be looking at extra innings. Fernstrom calls time. Two-two delivery. Swung on and missed. So Butler comes in, sees 2 batters, strikes 2 batters out. And that'll bring up the beginning of the order for the William Peace Pacers, the left fielder, Easton Payton. Takes first pitch for a ball. Payton 1 for 3 on the day, 2 RBIs, and a walk. Swing and a miss. Evens the count up at 1-1. And that ball just outside. So 2-1 count now for Easton Payton at the plate. And that one swung on, drove into center field. But Nick Winston camped under that one. And 3 up, 3 down. We are headed to extra innings here in Cary, North Carolina. So stepping up to the plate to lead things off for the Cougars here in the top of the 10th inning, the pitcher, number 39, Tyler Butler. Still on the mound for the Pacers, number 49, Jamie May. First pitch ball. Second pitch ball. Both outside. And no one's going anywhere, as extra innings should be exciting, as all 9 innings of this game have been nothing but less than that. Had runs on top of runs. William Peace, pitching coach, thrown out of the game. And a 4-pitch walk to start the inning. So now, that'll bring the left fielder, number 10, Zach DiCarlo, 2 for 4 on the day with 2 RBIs. And the Cougars have their leadoff man on with nobody out. And that ball in the outside corner, called ball there, the home plate umpire. That one high as well. So 6 straight balls for Jamie May. He steps off the mound trying to regather himself. Both teams deep in their bullpen, as we still have a series finale tomorrow, 1 p.m. sharp. And gets one to go there. Brings the count to 3-1. Three-one delivery. And outside for a ball. So the Averett Cougars in business here as 2 leadoff walks to start off the 10th inning. And now call for a mound visit from Curtis Owen. And his second year here in William Peace. Pacers 7-17 on the year, 3-10 in conference. Averett 4-21, 2-11. Each team with only a few conference series to go, trying to get something going heading into the conference tournament. And we will have a pitching change, and we'll be back after that. So the new pitcher on the mound for the Pacers, Michael Millian. Coming in with nobody out and runners on first and second. Dylan Roberts at the plate for the Cougars, squares up to bunt, pulls back, takes the ball. Roberts with a walk on the day. Millian with a quick pickoff move over at second. Trying to keep his eye on the pitcher, Tyler Butler, for the Cougars. Robert squares up the bunt again. Can't get it laid down. So evens the count up at 1-1. Obviously, the Cougars trying to move the runners over as leadoff man Nick Winston with a hot bat is waiting on deck. Robert squares the bunt again, brings it back in. It's a called strike on the corner. Big time there for Millian on the mound. He needed that one. So 1-2 count. Nobody out. 2 on. That ball in the dirt. Blocked up well, though, from the catcher Ty Galloway for the Pacers. Keeps it in front. Keeps the runners where they are. And moves the count to 2-2. To delivery. Swung on. Chopped to the shortstop. And they try to roll to get the leadoff man. But Fernstrom at short makes a nice play to get one down. But does move the leading run to third. So runners on the corners for the leadoff man, center fielder number 12, Nick Winston, for the Cougars. No RBIs on the day so far, but could have a massive one right here in the top of the 10th inning. Ball catches the outside corner of the plate for a strike. So 0-1 count here. That one swung on over the right fielder, Gavin Wheeler. Tag coming home. And Butler is in there. The AU Cougars have the lead, 15-14 in the top of the 10th inning. So Nick Winston comes in, gets a sac fly, and does the job. Pacers are going to tag third, make sure he tagged up, and the run is good to go. So Cougars holding on to a 15-14 lead. In the top of the 10th. Runner on first. And Corey Wall up to bat for the Cougars now. 2 outs. In the top of the 10th inning. Quickly gets ahead. 0-2 here. That pitch high for a ball. Brings the count to 1-2 with 2 outs and a man on first. Coy Wall and second baseman makes a nice play Seaton sits him down, and we head to the bottom of the 10th. Cougars clinging to a 1-run lead, 15-14. So here we go, folks. Tyler Butler still on the mound for the Cougars, and pitch hitting will be number 1, Jonathan Rue, for the Pacers. Here in the bottom of the 10th inning, trailing 1, 15-14. Couldn't have asked for a better game today. High scoring, exciting, beautiful day. Rue squares up the bunt, takes that one for a strike, pulls back. Upset with himself there. Meat of the order here for the Pacers. Nice breaking ball there from Butler. But umpire leaves it. Gives the count up 1-1. Rue squares up the bunt again, but that one's fouled on the third base line. Obviously looking for the bunt for a hit. And punches that one to the first baseman. And it's a race to first, and he's caught out. So Corey Wall, the first baseman for the Cougars now, beats Rue to the bag and gets the first out of the inning. And now that'll bring up the center fielder, number 15, Nathan Holt. He is 3 for 5 on the day with 2 RBIs and 1 strikeout. First pitch, off speed, curveball in for a strike. So Holt down 0-1 in the count early. And that one caught a strike in the outside corner. So Butler working quickly to get up in the count 0-2. And swing and a miss. So 2 up, 2 down for the Pacers. That'll bring up the designated hitter, Tyler Tilson, for the Pacers. And they are down to their last out. They were looking to take this series here in Game 2, but the Cougars' bats today had other ideas. But the Pacers have done plenty of damage themselves with 2 outs, so this game's not over yet. Tilson at the plate, 2 for 3 today. He has 4 RBIs himself. That one low for a ball. So quickly up in the count, 2-0, is Tilson. Looking to be comfortable, find something he can drive here. Just get on base, give the Pacers a base runner. That one outside for a ball. So Butler could end up walking the tying run. Tilson steps back in. 3-0 count. 2 out, nobody on. Mikey Anderton waits on deck. That one in for a strike. And Tilson is walked. So the Pacers have life as Mikey Anderton steps up to the plate, 2 for 2 for the day, 3 RBIs and a walk. The Pacers are going to have a pitch runner, number 4, Aaron George, trots out to first base as he is the tying run here in the bottom of the 10th. I'm sorry. But right now, Mikey Anderton is stepping up to the box. Big moment here as the Pacers are down to their last out. Swung on, fouled back. So first pitch swinging is Mikey Anderton. And he falls down 0-1. Oh, 1 delivery. Swung on and missed. So now the Pacers down to the last strike, and here we go. Tyler Butler, the 0-2 delivery, swung on and fouled off. Anderton still battling at the plate. So 0-2, 2 out, and the tying run standing on first base for the Pacers. He takes off to second. No throw down. So there he is in scoring position as Anderton takes a ball in the dirt, and the count moves to 1-2 with 2 outs. And the Pacers tying run now on second base here in the bottom of the 10th inning. Swung on and missed. And that is your ball game, folks. Averett University Cougars 15, William Peace Pacers 14, in a thrilling game. And we'll be back here tomorrow at USA Baseball National Training Complex here in Cary, North Carolina for Game 3 of the 3-game series finale for the tiebreaker. As Pacers took Game 1, and here today, the Averett Cougars take Game 2. So we'll be back tomorrow at 1 p.m. sharp.